and then getting behind the wheel. John Stamos was arraigned today on a charge of driving under the influence.
John Stamos was arrested in Beverly Hills. Basically, people called police saying he was driving erratically and behaving strangely. They pulled him over, they arrested him, and then they actually took him to the hospital and later released him. But he was arrested on...
One unforgettable moment caught John Stamos in a scandalous arrest involving a dangerous substance, while another revealed his shocking involvement in a case of mistaken identity that stunned fans. And if you think that's surprising, his interview confession about a twisted prank on a fan will leave you speechless. These are the hidden tales of John Stamos that show a side of the Full House star you never knew existed. Let's start from beginning. John Stamos started his journey in the sunny town of Cypress, California back in 1963. His dad, Bill Stamos, was a proud Greek-American restaurateur, and his mom, Loretta, was his biggest fan and supporter. But did you know that their family name was originally Stamatopoulos? They decided to shorten it to Stamos, which definitely rolls off the tongue a bit easier. As a kid, John wasn't just hanging out at the beach like a typical California boy. He was busy flipping burgers at his dad's restaurants, learning the ins and outs of the food industry. But even while flipping patties, he had stars in his eyes. John was obsessed with the Beach Boys, and after seeing them live in concert at the age of 15, he knew he wanted to be a performer. It was a dream that would take him from the beaches of California to the bright lights of Hollywood. Fueled by his Beach Boys obsession and the desire to perform, John Stamos made a bold move. He skipped college, diving headfirst into the world of acting with his parents' enthusiastic support. His dad, always his biggest cheerleader, gave him the thumbs up, and the gamble paid off. Just 3 weeks later, Stamos snagged his first role on the iconic soap opera General Hospital. Talk about a dream come true. Playing the character Blackie Parrish on General Hospital was Stamos's first taste of fame. He quickly charmed audiences with his boyish good looks and natural talent, even earning a Daytime Emmy nomination in 1984. But the ambitious young actor wasn't content with daytime success. Eager for primetime stardom, Stamos landed the lead role in the CBS sitcom Dreams that same year. He played an aspiring musician chasing the rock and roll dream, a role that seemed tailor-made for the charismatic performer. Unfortunately, the show was short-lived, but it was another stepping stone on his path to becoming a household name. In 1986, John Stamos tried his luck again with the sitcom You Again, where he shared the screen with the experienced Jack Klugman. But it seems like Stamos couldn't catch a break, as this show also met an untimely demise after just a few episodes. Undeterred by these setbacks, Stamos ventured onto the big screen, making his film debut in the action-packed spy flick Never Too Young to Die. He played a young secret agent, envisioning himself as a sort of junior James Bond. The movie even featured the real deal, former Bond actor George Lazenby, as Stamos's on-screen dad. But alas, the movie was a dud, both with critics and audiences. It was a tough blow, but Stamos wasn't one to give up easily. With his Hollywood dreams still burning bright, Stamos soldiered on, knowing his big break was just around the corner. And boy, was he right. In the late 1980s, he landed the role of a lifetime as Uncle Jesse on the now iconic sitcom Full House. This heartthrob role catapulted him to stardom, making him a household name and teen idol overnight. Stamos even added a personal touch to his character, insisting that his last name be changed to Katsopoulos to honor his Greek heritage. It was a small but meaningful detail that showed his pride in his roots and his commitment to authenticity. On Full House, John Stamos's character, Uncle Jesse, lived with his brother-in-law, Danny Tanner, and Danny's best friend, Joey Gladstone. This wacky trio took on the challenge of raising Danny's 3 daughters after his wife passed away. Initially, Uncle Jesse was the resident bad boy, always chasing girls and causing a ruckus. But as the show went on, viewers witnessed a heartwarming transformation as he fell head over heels for Rebecca Donaldson, eventually marrying her and becoming a doting father to adorable twin boys, Nikki and Alex. It was this change that made him even more lovable to fans of all ages. After 8 seasons of laughter, tears, and plenty of heartwarming moments, Full House ended in 1995. But the bonds formed on set were far from over. Stamos remained tight with his co-stars, including Bob Saget, Dave Coulier, Lori Loughlin, Jodie Sweetin, the Olsen twins, Andrea Barber, and Candace Cameron Bure. They were more than just a cast. They were a real-life family who continued to support and cherish each other. John Stamos, always a bundle of energy, didn't slow down after Full House. He continued to make his mark in the entertainment world, starring in a variety of TV shows, movies, and theater productions. He even popped up in commercials, proving he was a true jack of all trades. In 2001, he took on the lead role in the TV series Thieves, a crime drama with a comedic twist. The show had promise, but it was canceled after a short run. Then came Jake in Progress in 2005, a sitcom about a bachelor trying to find love. Again, the show had potential, but it didn't quite catch on with viewers. John Stamos proved his acting chops extended beyond charming uncles and heartthrobs. In 2003, he landed a guest role on the iconic sitcom Friends. Remember that hilarious episode where Chandler and Monica are on the hunt for a sperm donor? Well, Stamos played the unsuspecting dinner guest they were secretly interviewing for the job. It was a side-splitting scene, and Stamos's comedic timing was spot on. His quirky side also shone through in a 2005 guest appearance on the Andy Milonakis show. This time, he played a hilarious, rabid version of himself, stuck in a tree. Talk about unexpected. It showed that Stamos was willing to poke fun at himself and take on some truly wacky roles. But Stamos wasn't all about laughs. In 2006, he took on a more serious role in the A&E TV movie Wedding Wars. He played a gay wedding planner, a character that was important to him because it allowed him to show his support for same-sex marriage. It was a brave move that proved Stamos wasn't just a pretty face, he was also a passionate advocate for equality. John Stamos, the multi-talented entertainer, has always been one to push his boundaries. He's not just a heartthrob actor, he's also dipped his toes into the world of voice acting. He lent his smooth, recognizable voice to the animated MTV series Clone High, playing a hilarious version of himself in a wacky prom episode. And that's not all. He even voiced a confused penguin in his good friend Bob Saget's comedy film Farce of the Penguins. But Stamos wasn't ready to hang up his acting hat just yet. In 2005, he traded his signature leather jacket for scrubs and joined the cast of the hit medical drama ER as a paramedic-turned-intern, Tony Gates. His character was a quick fan favorite, and Stamos even became a regular on the show the following year. Proving his range, in 2008, Stamos took on a more serious role in the TV adaptation of the powerful play A Raisin in the Sun. This thought-provoking drama tackled issues of racial inequality and the pursuit of the American dream. Stamos's performance was praised for its depth and intensity, showing a different side to the usually light-hearted actor. But Stamos never lost his sense of humor. That same year, he showed his comedic chops as the roast master at the Comedy Central roast of Bob Saget. He playfully poked fun at his longtime friend and co-star, proving that he could dish out the jokes as well as he could take them. In 2010, Stamos brought his charm to the hit musical show Glee. He played Carl Howell, a dashing dentist who caught the eye of the quirky guidance counselor Emma Pillsbury. This fun and flirty role showed a different side to Stamos, proving he could hold his own in the musical world. But Stamos didn't stop there. In 2011, he took on a more dramatic role in Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, playing a defense attorney with a hidden dark side. It was a departure from his usual light-hearted roles, but he nailed the intensity and complexity of the character. Stamos also showed his goofy side in a hilarious college humor video with his longtime friend and Full House co-star, Bob Saget. Stamos even made a cameo appearance on 2.5 Men, playing himself. He was interested in buying Charlie Sheen's character's house, but backed out when he realized who the owner was. It was a clever nod to Stamos' real-life friendship with Sheen and a fun moment for fans of both shows. In 2011, John Stamos wasn't just the beloved Uncle Jesse anymore. He was the Greek yogurt guy. He charmed his way into our kitchens with his hilarious commercials for Dannon's Oikos Greek yogurt. He even snagged a coveted Super Bowl ad in 2012, a major achievement for any actor. Stamos proved that he could make even yogurt look cool. But Stamos' ambitions went beyond dairy products. In 2012, rumors swirled that he was set to star in a new Fox drama called Little Brother. The show was about a man who discovers he has a secret sibling, a premise that promised both laughter and heartwarming moments. However, the project fizzled out before it even hit the airwaves. Even Hollywood stars can't always catch a break. Undeterred, Stamos continued to chase new roles and opportunities. In 2013, he joined the cast of the USA Network's drama Necessary Roughness. He played Connor McClane, a suave and successful sports agent with his sights set on recruiting Danny, the show's main character. It was a role that fit Stamos like a glove, allowing him to showcase his charisma and charm in a whole new light. In 2015, he surprised fans with a major announcement on Jimmy Kimmel Live. The beloved sitcom Full House was coming back. Netflix was reviving the show with a new series called Fuller House, and Stamos was ready to step back into Uncle Jesse's shoes. But the Full House reunion wasn't the only thing keeping Stamos busy. He also snagged the lead role in the Fox sitcom Grandfathered. He played Jimmy Martino, a suave restaurateur and lifelong bachelor who gets the surprise of his life when he discovers he's not only a dad, but a grandpa too. The show was a heartwarming comedy about family, second chances, and the unexpected joys of life. In 2016, Stamos embraced his Greek roots once again by joining the cast of My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. This hilarious sequel to the original rom-com introduced Stamos as George, a new character who added even more fun and chaos to the already crazy Portokalos family. It was a role that fit Stamos like a glove, allowing him to show off his comedic chops and his love for his Greek heritage. As if being a sitcom icon and a musical star wasn't enough, John Stamos decided to show off his dark side in 2016 by joining the cast of the horror comedy series Scream Queens. He played Dr. Brock Holt, a hot surgeon with a mysterious past and a questionable taste in gloves. They were bright green. It was a deliciously creepy and funny role, proving that Stamos could do more than just charm the pants off of you. But the darkness didn't stop there. In 2018, Stamos took on an even more sinister role in the Lifetime thriller series You. He played Dr. Nicky, a therapist who was far from your average shrink. This guy had a questionable moral compass and a love for prescription drugs. He was manipulative, arrogant, and gave off some seriously creepy vibes. But that's what made the show so addictive. Stamos embraced the challenge of playing a villain, and his performance was absolutely chilling. Fans couldn't get enough of Dr. Nicky's twisted antics, and the show became a massive hit. In 2019, Stamos confirmed that he'd be back for Season 2, but with a twist. The show was moving to Netflix. This meant even more people could tune in to see the deliciously dark drama unfold. The second season, which dropped in December 2019, was just as intense and suspenseful as the first. Dr. Nicky's character got even more complex and twisted, and Stamos continued to deliver a standout performance. John Stamos' musical journey started early, as a kid, when he first discovered the joy of banging on drums at the tender age of 4. He didn't stop there, though. He picked up the guitar and formed his own band, Destiny. While they might not have been selling out arenas, they definitely rocked local amusement parks and parties, gaining experience and sharpening their skills. Fast forward to 1994, and Stamos released his own solo album, Shades of Blue. It wasn't exactly a chart topper, but hey, who needs Billboard when you've got passion? The album showcased Stamos' love for music and his willingness to try new things. It even got a second life in 2010 when it was re-released digitally, giving fans a chance to hear his unique sound. But Stamos wasn't just a rocker at heart, starring in popular musicals like Cabaret, Nine, and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. He wowed audiences with his smooth moves, impressive vocals, and undeniable charisma. His love for music even led him to contribute to a charity album in 2006. He sang a heartwarming rendition of Billy Joel's Lullaby, Good Night, My Angel, proving that he had a softer side and could tug at heartstrings with his voice. In 2009, John Stamos decided to dust off his dancing shoes and head back to the dazzling world of Broadway. He announced he'd be taking on the lead role in a revival of the classic musical Bye Bye Birdie. This was a big deal for Stamos, who had always been a musical theater fan at heart and wanted to show off his skills on the biggest stage of all. Taking on the role of Albert Peterson, a songwriter caught in a wild scheme involving a rock and roll heartthrob, Stamos brought his signature energy and charm to the stage. He wowed audiences with his charisma and undeniable talent, proving he was more than just a TV star. And his hard work paid off. Stamos' performance earned him the prestigious Golden Icon Award for Best Actor in a Musical, a recognition that put him among the elite of the theater world. But the accolades didn't stop there. Later that year, Stamos received another major honor, a star on the legendary Hollywood Walk of Fame. This is a dream come true for any actor, a symbol of their lasting impact on the entertainment industry. Stamos' star, located at 7021 Hollywood Boulevard, is a permanent reminder of his incredible career and his contributions to the world of film, television, and theater. In 2010, he showed off his rock star side by jamming with the legendary John Fogerty at a Tampa Bay Rays baseball game. Stamos wasn't just waving a tambourine, he was rocking out on drums and bass guitar, proving he's a multi-instrumentalist with some serious skills. But Stamos' musical talents weren't limited to just jamming with rock legends. In 2011, he took the stage at the iconic Hollywood Bowl, starring in a production of the beloved musical Hairspray. He played Corny Collins, the charismatic TV host who could charm the socks off anyone. Stamos' smooth moves, infectious energy, and impressive vocals brought the character to life, proving he was a true triple threat. In 2012, Stamos returned to Broadway, but this time he traded in the laughs for a more serious role. He starred in Gore Vidal's political drama, The Best Man, playing the cunning and ambitious Senator Joseph Cantwell. It was a far cry from his light-hearted sitcom days, but Stamos embraced the challenge, delivering a powerful performance that showcased his acting range and depth. In 2013, John Stamos surprised fans with a blast from the past on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. He brought back the beloved Uncle Jesse character and his band, Jesse and the Rippers, for an epic reunion. Jimmy Fallon, the show's host, even played along, introducing the band as a hot sensation from San Francisco with a chart-topping hit in Japan. Stamos, in full Uncle Jesse attire, rocked out to a medley of Full House classics, bringing back all the nostalgia for fans. It was a heartwarming moment, made even better by surprise appearances from Bob Saget and Lori Loughlin. But Stamos' musical talents weren't just limited to playing Uncle Jesse's hits. In 2014, he stepped behind the camera to direct a music video for the band Diamond Carter. He even co-wrote the song Let Yourself Be Loved, a catchy tune with a romantic vibe. Stamos' direction added a touch of Hollywood glamour to the video, which featured a sweet love story between the band's frontman and an actress. The video was a hit with fans, proving that Stamos' creative talents extended beyond acting. Speaking of music, did you know that John Stamos is a huge fan of the Beach Boys? But he didn't just listen to their music, he actually got to perform with them on stage. Starting way back in 1985, Stamos would occasionally join the band on tour, playing drums and other percussion instruments. He was living the dream of any fan, jamming with his musical idols and adding his own energy to their iconic sound. In 1992, John Stamos's lifelong passion for the Beach Boys reached a whole new level. He didn't just get to jam with them on stage or appear in their music videos. This time, he got to sing lead vocals on a new version of their classic song Forever. It was like a dream come true for the die-hard fan. This wasn't just any song, though. Forever was a special tune written and originally sung by the late Beach Boy Dennis Wilson in 1970. It was a beloved classic that held a lot of sentimental value for the band and their fans. But wait, there's more. The song Forever wasn't new to Full House fans. Uncle Jesse, Stamos's character, had already performed the song on the show multiple times. One time, it was even played at Jesse's own wedding to Rebecca, and another time, he sang it to his twin sons. It was like life imitating art, and the song became even more special to both Stamos and his fans. The 1992 music video for Forever was like a dream come true for John Stamos. It featured his Full House character Uncle Jesse and his band Jesse and the Rippers performing the song. Stamos was the star of the show, crooning his heart out and rocking the stage with his band. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something extra special. 3 of the actual Beach Boys members were hidden in the background, singing along with Stamos. It was a subtle but heartwarming detail that showed the deep connection between Stamos and his musical heroes. The Beach Boys, Carl Wilson, Bruce Johnston, and Mike Love were lending their voices to support their biggest fan. Apart from having an incredible career, this person also has some not-so-nice moments in their life. In an interview with Jane magazine, he were asked about the worst time he had hurt someone. In the 1980s, while he was touring in Finland with his band, he met a girl who seemed really interested in him. Even though she was drinking, she ended up in his hotel room. Feeling no attraction to her, he came up with a plan. He turned off the lights, told her he was going to brush his teeth, and brought in his friend, who looked a lot like him. The girl thought she was sharing a special moment with the artist, but instead she was kissing another man without knowing it. This story is really strange, and it's hard to understand why he would talk about it. Not only did he trick her, but he didn't care about how she might have felt about it. Later, the artist said he were just young and didn't care about what other people felt at the time. People on Twitter were really shocked and upset, and many wondered if this was something they should be proud of. Some said this could be like a crime because the girl didn't agree to the act. Both the artist and their friend might be to blame for this sneaky plan. John Stamos got into trouble in 2015, not because of his cool Uncle Jesse's car, but because of his bad driving choices in Beverly Hills. His odd behavior caught people's attention, which led to a call to the police. They knew something was off about him, so they took him to the hospital for tests. The results showed that he had taken a drug called GHB, or date rape drug. GHB is a very dangerous and odorless liquid that can make you feel drunk. It's usually used at parties, but it's not something you should ever drive on. Due to the situation, John Stamos, being 52 years old, was arrested and told to follow 3 years probation. He also decided to go to rehab for a month, which he said was one of the toughest experiences in his life. You might remember Bob Saget, John Stamos's best bud from Full House, who got into trouble for being a little too naughty, especially on set. There's a 1992 report claiming that Stamos, Saget, and Dave Coulier, who played Uncle Joey, ash of Playboy magazines on set. Now, we can't confirm if these stories are true. Sometimes people just like to gossip about celebrities. But as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. This whole situation is a bit shady, and it definitely makes you wonder what was really going on behind the scenes of America's favorite family sitcom. Allison Koss said she had a romantic time with John Stamos when she was only 17 years old. John's lawyer said it was more complicated than just a romance. he said that Allison and her friend Scott tried to get John to give them $680,000. They said they had pictures of John with grown-up performers, but the lawyer denied those claims. John was in Florida at an Orlando bar when he met Allison and her friends, who were all young. He invited them to his hotel room, which was not allowed. Things got more complicated because there were drugs and adult performers involved, but John denies those things happened. Allison's lawyer said she and John kept talking through emails for many years, but there shouldn't be any paper records of those emails. Celebrities who get into trouble like this have to defend themselves, and not everyone can do that. Even with all these claims against him, it seems John Stamos proved his innocence. Allison and Scott were found guilty for trying to blackmail him, but nothing incriminating was found at their home during a search by the FBI, which suggests that John might have been intentionally set up in this situation. Remember, it's always better to stay away from unlawful situations. You know, John Stamos, who played Uncle Jesse, wasn't always as innocent as he appeared. People at Disneyland, like Ginny Nicholson, claim that there are many John Stamos stories about him being too. They now avoid pairing him with female VIP guides. You can believe these stories because they're too consistent to be made up, right? Just think about it. No one would make up stories about someone touching them and trying to take them back to his hotel room, right? Nicholson also shared a story from her own trainer about Stamos's questionable behavior. But that's not all. Dig deeper, and you'll find that Stamos has a past with alcohol and drugs. In 2007, he appeared on an Australian talk show, looking very drunk. He argued with the media while clearly under the influence. He even admitted that he had problems with vodka and little blue pills. In 2015, Stamos revealed that he grooms himself before getting close with someone. He shared a story about brushing his teeth, taking a shower, and then, well, you can guess the rest. Lastly, John talks a lot about the women he's dated and the attention he gets from them, like taking selfies and asking for mementos from their encounters. It makes him seem like a guy who turns intimacy into an exchange. Always be careful with whom you trust, and remember to respect personal boundaries. It's no secret that John Stamos is a massive Elvis Presley fanboy. He even sprinkled some subtle nods to the king of rock and roll into his Full House character, Uncle Jesse, showcasing his love for the music legend. But Stamos's heart wasn't just all shook up by Elvis. It was also captured by a certain supermodel. In 1994, Stamos was struck by Cupid's arrow when he met the stunning Rebecca Romijn at a Victoria's Secret fashion show. Talk about a glamorous first encounter. Sparks flew, and their whirlwind romance culminated in a Christmas Eve engagement in 1997. The couple tied the knot in a lavish ceremony at the iconic Beverly Hills Hotel in 1998, becoming Hollywood's newest it couple. Sadly, their fairy tale romance didn't have a fairy tale ending. After 6 years of marriage, they announced their separation in 2004, with their divorce finalized the following year. It was a heartbreaking blow for fans who had rooted for their love story. Despite the personal setbacks, Stamos channeled his energy into a noble cause. Since 2005, he's been a passionate spokesperson for Project Cuddle, a charity that works tirelessly to prevent baby abandonment and provide support for struggling parents. In 2017, John Stamos found love once again with model and actress Caitlin McHugh, who was quite a bit younger than him. After a whirlwind romance, they got engaged, and fans couldn't have been happier for Uncle Jesse to find his happily ever after. But the good news kept coming. In December, they announced they were expecting their first child together. It was a bundle of joy for the couple and their fans, who eagerly awaited the arrival of the little bundle of Stamos. In February 2018, Stamos and McHugh tied the knot in a gorgeous ceremony, and just a few months later, in April, they welcomed their son, Billy, into the world. It was a picture-perfect ending for the beloved actor, who had finally found love and started a beautiful family. But Stamos and McHugh weren't content with just focusing on their own happiness. They wanted to spread the love and give back. In May 2018, they launched their very own jewelry line called St. Amos Jewelry. And get this, 100% of the profits went to Child Help, a charity dedicated to helping children who have suffered abuse. It was a heartwarming way for them to use their fame and fortune to make a real difference in the world.